Hello everyone, this is AmberAnkNA here. Welcome to my channel. Well, I play a variety of games and do narrations for fanfics. I'm really hoping you enjoy my content. If you do, make sure to comment below, leave a like, and subscribe with the notifications on. Right, so next time, this is AmberAnkNA. Welcome to my channel. So, hi. Things aren't always as they seem. Chapter 8. Annabelle didn't reveal her secret to just anyone. In her mind, the only ones worthy of knowing her secret were people who she knew for a while, and knew she could trust. Martha and Ursula had been two of those people, but for a while, she had considered letting someone else in on her secret. 3 other people, to be precise. She had often thought about telling Ozzy, Dritz, and Trask about her secret, but didn't push the thought away. Thinking of the worst, they wouldn't understand. They would hate me. They'd turn me into the community. But the more she thought about it later, the more she realized she was being foolish. Who was to say they wouldn't understand? They probably wouldn't understand much about her situation. But sorry, they would understand why she had to keep it a secret. And who was to say they would hate her? They may feel hurt that they didn't know right away, but again, they may understand why she had to keep it a secret. Plus, she never endangers them in such a way that she would need to be turned in. Sure, she grabbed Trask's coat at one time, but anyone in her situation would do that. Once she got the bad thoughts out of the way, Annabelle pondered on whether she could trust them to keep her inheritance a secret or not. Ozzy was a bit mouthy, but she was sure he would understand that such a secret needed to be kept a secret. And she trusted Dritz and Trask enough to keep him in line. Speaking of the cold pill, Annabelle felt Dritz was the type of person who knew well enough to keep something a secret. Especially her own secret. But Trask? Could he keep a secret? As with Ozzy, maybe Dritz could keep him in line as well. But Trask seemed a more responsible person than Ozzy. The more she thought about it, the more Annabelle felt she could trust them with her secret. She just hoped she didn't make the wrong decision. The next day, a month and a half after meeting the fake contract, Annabelle came to the apartment and knocked on the door. Dritz answered the door. "Oh, Annabelle! What a surprise!" he greeted with a smile. "Hi, Dritz," Annabelle answered. "May I come in?" "Certainly." He moved to the side, allowing Annabelle to step in. Amara was sitting on the floor with Danner nearby. When Annabelle came into the main room, Danner went up to her, wagging his tail and yiping excitedly. Annabelle petted Danner with a smile. Amara didn't move from her spot. She and Annabelle had gotten to know each other, but Annabelle hadn't eyed to pet Amara just yet. Ozzy was dozing on the couch, snoring. "Is Trask home?" "Right here, Annie," Trask said, coming out of the bathroom. "What brings you here?" "I have something I need to tell you guys. Ozzy, too." Amara stood up, put her front paws on the couch, and opened her mouth to bark at Ozzy to wake him up. Instead, her nose wrinkled and she sneezed. "Ugh!" Ozzy yelled, pushing the hyena away and wiping his face off. "Hope you didn't do that on purpose." Dritz, Trask, and Annabelle had been laughing while Ozzy wiped the strawberry and snot from his face. "Why'd he wake me up anyway?" he asked, then noticed Annabelle. "Oh, hey, Annabelle," he grinned. What's bringing you to this side of Hector? There's something I need to tell you guys, she said, her expression sobering. It's something really serious. Something I kept a secret from everyone except my close friends. The guys were immediately silent and listening intently. Even Amara's ears were perked up and forward. What is it? Dress asked gently. Taking a deep breath, Annabelle said slowly, You probably already figured it out, as it was painfully obvious. But I'm not a poor red blood cell. My mother was a red blood cell, but my father was a virus. You see, my mom met my dad, who convinced her he wasn't going to hurt Hector, and she believed him. But it was a lie. He was caught and executed before there was any damage. Even though my mom meeting him several times was secret, she became pregnant with me and found out after my dad was killed. When I was born, it was apparent that my father wasn't a red blood cell, or even a cell at all, but was a virus. My mom never said who my father was, only that he was a mistake. I was picked on because of my obvious vital differences, and my mom was saved from helping to conceive me. My mom was stupid and naive, but I paid a lot of the price when it wasn't my fault. I wasn't able to choose my father. If I could, I want him to be at least a cell, not a virus. What happened to your mother? Dress asked. When I was 10, there was an accident. Hector had gotten injured while sinking and lost a bit of blood. As you could probably figure it out, my mom was in the blood loss. I was sent to live with my aunt and uncle. My uncle didn't kill, that was part virus. He loved me for who I was in personality. I'm not a murderous killer like my father was, and he knew it. My aunt knew it too. But the thing is, she's a perfectionist. Everything must be picture perfect. When her sister, my mom, was pregnant, like everyone else, she assumed my father was a cell. She was envisioning the perfect niece. Of course, when it became apparent I was anything but perfect, well, when I came to live with them, she made it apparent. What do you mean? Ozzy asked. My aunt was always telling me I wasn't perfect. Not in the sweet, you're not perfect. But that's okay kind. But the straightforward, you're not perfect, and I don't like it kind. She always told me something about me being imperfect. My eye was too dark. My skin wasn't white. I couldn't sing. I couldn't dance. Nothing about me pleased her. Annabelle wiped away a tear that had fallen down to her face. I tried my best to impress and please her, but nothing was good enough. As I got older, she got nastier with the insults. She started to say I would never amount to anything and would never be good at anything. That sounds really despicable, just the same. How could someone say that about their own niece? Someone who is diehard perfectionist, bubble butt. Trash said it gently. That's who. But what I'm really telling you isn't that my aunt ain't never accepted me for who I was, Annabelle said. It's about who I really am. And it's about what's under these gloves. She held up her gloved hands. You think my eyes and skin so damn different? My hands are the big whoppers. There was silence. Annabelle was shaking with nervousness as she slowly pulled off one glove from her hand by the fingertips. She bit her lip and held her breath until the black fabric was completely off of her hand. Ozzy, Driss, Trask, and Amara's eyes all widened. Annabelle's hands looked like normal hands, save for one obvious difference: claws. Annabelle had black claws. Halfway up to her fingers were black claws. They weren't long or very threatening. They were as long as normal fingers would be. This is why I wore gloves for 10 years. My eyes and skin, they might just look like abnormalities, but my claws? Annabelle clenched her fist as they stared at her claws. My claws just scream. I'm part virus. Trash took Annabelle's ungloved hand in his and looked down at her claws. I've seen these before, he muttered so quietly. Annabelle wasn't sure if she had said it at all. What virus was your father? Just asked. It was $1 million question. It was now or never. Taking a few deep breaths, Annabelle spoke one word. Ebola. One could hear a pin drop. Everyone's reaction was different. Ozzy would be wondered. Joyce was astonished. But something in his expression said that he wasn't surprised that Annabelle was part virus, let alone Ebola. Amala's eyes were wide, and she looked nervous. But Trash's expression stirred out. His face held a mixture of shock, anger, and betrayal. He dropped Annabelle's hand and stepped back a couple of times. You're part Ebola? He shrieked out. Annabelle slowly nodded her head. Suddenly, Trash's face twisted into an angry, nasty growl. You bitch! Annabelle felt a deep pain in her chest. What? She cried. You're part Ebola? Of all viruses, Ebola? The hell is wrong with you? Now Annabelle was angry. Trash struck Driss's hand with his shoulder. In my viral days, Ebola was a case of dandruff compared to me. Ebola was the lower virus. But is that reason enough to hate me because of who my father was? By now, both Trash and Amara were yelling at each other. The raised voices were overlapping, so it was hard to determine who was screaming what. But the listening party could make out bits and pieces of curses and nasty names directed towards each other. Ozzy tried to step forward to break up the fight, but just hold him back, shaking his head. It was dangerous to come between two people when they both had claw. Thunder was hiding behind Amara, peeking out at the fight, rippling slightly. Amara grilled back at the German drum dog she considered a brother. And back at the fight, she had no reason. She had never expected Annabelle's heresies to include the dreaded E virus, as she secretly called it. She didn't harbor the same deep hatred towards Ebola as Trash did, for good reason, knowing his dark past. So she didn't hold Annabelle's heresies towards her, but it was obvious that Trash wasn't the same. Finally, Annabelle slapped Trash across the face. Everyone frisked at the loud crack that echoed across the room. You know what, Trash? I thought I could trust you with my secret. You of all people. But I guess I was wrong. I don't know why you so put jokes to defy Ebola, but I don't think it's reason enough to be that way towards me. You call me a bitch? You're a bastard. A bastard and a jackass. That's what you are. You know what? I'm out of here. And don't even think of talking to me unless it's an apology. Because I'm not talking to you until you apologize to me. She pulled her glove back on and stomped out of the door, slamming it shut behind her so hard it bounced back open. She turned around, kicked it shut, and stormed out of the apartment, screaming in anger and frustration. Trash fenced, holding a hand to his stinging cheek. His fence wasn't from the sound of the door slamming shut, but from her slamming and kicking it shut. Those actions brought back horrible memories. Memories of him doing the same thing 13 years ago, what had happened after. Breathing heavily, he removed his hand from his face. He felt a mixture of betrayal, anger, and the pain of reopened wounds that he thought had healed and scarred over. But with the revelation Annabelle's hair of his, those scarred wounds were sliced open once again, and bleeding. He looked back at Ozzy and Driss, pondering on their reactions. Being that they know why he weighs over the simple fact that Annabelle was part Ebola. Oh, a part virus? Ozzy muttered, and I mean, you know what, too? Driss rolled his eyes at Ozzy, referring to Ebola as you know what, but figured it wasn't a bad idea. I mean, seeing Trash's reaction as well. The poor dear had to live with it. She's white. It wasn't her fault who her father was. Trash hugged, laughing slightly. Are you kidding me? What? Ozzy asked, but just knew what was going through the virus's head. He knew him well enough. And knew why he was so upset only this incident. Oh, you think that's because our friend's father was a breed of virus you hate? You think we're going to take your side? Oh, sure. Let's hate all of said viruses. And any and all souls who have them as family members. This is because of one thing did to you. I understand why you would hate that kind of virus, Trash. I really do. But that doesn't mean you should automatically hate every virus or hat virus that happen to be that particular virus. But that's really not Annabelle. She has not given any of us any reason to harbor any hatred to her. She has gone through hell and back during life, but turned out all right. She even trusted us enough to learn her secret, especially you. But what do? You insult, yell at her, yell at and hurt her, proving that you aren't to be trusted with such a secret. Just shook his head, looking not unlike a parent disappointed in their child. I don't regret anything, and I won't feel the same later, but at the moment, I'm ashamed to call you my friend. Ozzy gasped softly. Even Amara looked surprised at what the usually mellow Driss said. Trash looked a little hurt and betrayed, but he refused to say anything. He looked at Ozzy, but the white blood cell crossed his arms. His surprised expression turned to a sour. He agreed with Driss. Annabelle was the nicest girl he knew, and didn't seem to have an evil bone in her body. Metaphorically speaking, of course. Yes, she was part virus, but before they found out, there was never a doubt that she was one. Trash grilled down at Amara, expecting some sympathy from his best friend, but to his surprise, she looked at him like a confused expression. He saw in her eyes. She agreed with Driss and Ozzy. With a growl, Trash stormed out of the apartment, but everyone knew it wasn't to apologize to Annabelle. The three of them knew Trash. He wasn't going to speak to Annabelle anymore. Hi everyone. This is AmberAnkNA again. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Because, I really did enjoy making it. But, so I hope you enjoyed it. Comment, like, and subscribe with the notifications on down below. Till next time, bye!